Hello viewers, in this video session we are going to learn ion exchange method or demineralization process. After watching this video you are able to learn what is meant by the ion exchange method and demineralization procedure, what are the different resin which is used for removal of the cations as well as anion, that is cation exchanger resin, anion exchanger resin, their reaction and regeneration process, advantages of ion exchange method and limitations of the ion exchange method. So let us begin with our topic, that is ion exchange method, or which is also known as deionization process or demineralization process, right? See, water which is obtained from the zeolite process, it containing Na plus ion, right? The water which is obtained by the zeolite process, it containing what? Na plus type of the ion, and boiler feed water as far as possible, it should be free from the all types of the impurities, right? So such water quality can be obtained by only ion exchange method or deionization procedure or demineralization procedure, right? See, hard water containing what? Cations and anions, right? So if your hard water containing cations as well as anion, and for the removal of both the type of ion exchange method is used. There are two types of synthetic resin commonly used. Which one? The first one is cation exchanger resin, which is denoted by, right, RH2, and second one is anion exchanger resin, right? These are the two different types of the resin can be frequently used. The ion exchange resin are insoluble, right? Cross-link, long chain organic polymers and with a microporous structure, and the functional group attached to the chain is responsible for ion exchange properties, right? There are two different types of the synthetic ion exchange resin. Which one? Cation exchanger resin and anion exchanger resin. Okay. See, the cation exchanger resin, which can easily exchange their H plus ion with cation present in water, is known as what? Cation exchanger resin, right? What is the cation exchanger resin? Cation exchanger resin which can easily exchange their H plus ion, right? Their H plus ion with cation present in water is known as what? Cation exchanger resin, which is denoted by RH plus or RH2, right? See, the cations exchanger resin having carboxylic group COOH or sulfonic group SO3H plus, right? Carboxylic group and sulfonic group in their structure so that easily exchange H plus ion with what? Cations of the water. A common cation exchanger resin. The common cation exchanger resin frequently used in the industry is which one? Styrene divinyl benzene copolymer. This is the cation exchanger resin commonly used in the industry. It can undergo the sulfonation and carboxylation of this polymer and make it capable to replace H plus ion with what? Calcium 2 plus and magnesium 2 plus, right? This is the representation of whatever structure of what? Cation exchanger resin. Styrene divinyl benzene copolymer undergoes carboxylation or sulfonation reaction. Then the second one is whatever anion exchanger resin. Anion exchanger resin. This anion exchanger resin, it having a capacity to replace the OH minus ion, right? The anion exchanger resin which can easily exchange their OH minus ion, right? So this OH minus ion, it can be easily exchanged with the anions present in water, therefore is known as what? Anion exchanger resin, right? See, the common anion exchanger resin have basic quaternary ammonium group. See, this is the basic quaternary ammonium group can be used, right? And the structure on the treatment with what? NaOH, it can obtain a OH minus ion as an integral part of the structure, and hence it can easily exchange OH minus ion with anion exchanger resin, right? So this anion exchanger resin, which is denoted by R dash OH twice. You remember this one, right? And this is the cation exchanger resin RH2. Then, what is the basic principle? The principle of this method is when hard water containing what? Cations as well as the anion, right? If your hard water sample containing cations as well as the anions type of the impurity, then pass that water from cation exchanger chamber, right? It can capture all the cations in exchange of what? H plus ion, right? And then through anion exchanger resin, it can capture all the anions and gives the pure water free from the all types of the impurity is called as deionized water or demineralized water, right? For preparing the deionized water, the hard water is first of all passed through the chamber containing cation exchanger resin, followed by the chamber containing what? Anion exchanger chamber, right? So the H plus ion of cation exchanger resin and OH minus ion of anion exchanger resin both are gets exhausted. See, this is what suppose first chamber is what cation exchanger chamber and second chamber is anion exchanger chamber. In cation exchanger chamber, the cation type of impurity is trapped. Then in anion exchanger chamber, anion type of the impurity is trapped. But what happened? The H plus ion of cation exchanger resin and OH minus ion from the anion exchanger resin exhausted after some times and hence to be regenerated. And for the regeneration, dilute HCl or H2SO4 is passed through the cation exchanger chamber, right? The calcium and magnesium ion are replaced by the H plus and dilute NaOH is passed through the anion exchanger chamber for the regeneration of anion exchanger, right? See the basic reaction in the process. Suppose RH2 and calcium 2 plus. If your water sample containing cation calcium 2 plus, so and comes in contact with cation exchanger resin, then it can form what? R2Ca plus twice H plus. It can form what? RH plus Na plus. It form RNA plus H plus. So twice RH plus Mg, it gives what? R2Mg plus twice H plus. So here is what in cation exchanger resin H plus ion is easily replaceable, right? So this is the reaction is going to take place at cation exchanger chamber, right? Then the water is again passed into what? Anion exchanger chamber, which is filled up with R dash OH twice plus SO4. It can form what? R dash SO4 plus twice OH minus, and here is also it can form R dash Cl plus twice OH minus, right? So here is what replaceable is OH minus ion is the replaceable, but due to continuous washing it get what? Exhausted. Which exhausted species is formed? R dash SO4, R dash Cl2, and in the previous case R2Ca, RNA and R2Mg. These are the exhausted species are formed. So for the regeneration, give the backwashing with what? Dilute HCl, hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid. So here is exhausted anion exchanger is what? RNA plus HCl. After regeneration, it can form RH plus NaCl, right? This is the resin can be regenerated back, right? Again, the exhausted anion exchanger species is R2Ca plus H plus HCl. It gives twice RH plus CaCl2. In this way, the cation exchanger can be regenerated, right? Then, for regeneration of anion exchanger resin, backwashing with sodium hydroxide. So, R dash Cl plus NaOH, it can form R dash OH plus NaCl, right? So, in this way, anion exchanger chamber can be regenerated. Again, another example is R2 R dash 2 SO4 plus twice NaOH. It can form twice R dash OH plus Na2SO4. So this is the regeneration reaction. Now, what is the advantages of this process? The advantages of this method is this process can be used to soft acidic or alkaline water, right? The basic purpose of the ion exchange method is that is it can be used to soften the acidic as well as alkaline water. This is the main purpose of what ion exchange method. This method gives water of zero hardness and no ionic impurity. This is again the advantage of the method. Equipments are required very small space. Process is very easy to operate and it produces a water of very low hardness. So treated water can be used in high pressure of the boiler, right? So these are the advantages of ion exchange method. Only limitations of this method is their initial investment is very high, right? The equipment is costly, right? And common expenses are very high, right? This is the one of the limitation. And again, the second limitation is the process can be operated only small scale purification of water, right? This cannot be used in large scale purification of the water. And if water sample containing turbidity, then cannot be used this process. These are the limitations of what your ion exchange method. I hope that you understood the concept of ion exchange method or demineralization method, right? Their regeneration reaction, their process, principle, cation exchanger resin, anion exchanger resin, their advantages and limitation, right? So thank you very much for watching the video. Thank you very much.